Who's your friend?
Hush your mouth.
Who's your friend?
Sounds like Hershey mouth. Every time he sings that, I go, "Ugh, what does that mean, Hershey mouth?"
He's from the
sounds dirty.
He's from the
Gross.
south. He's saying
dirty.
harsh.
Harsh your mouth, like wash your clothes.
Right, wash your clothes, harsh your mouth. Who's your friend?
There's someone here today. Want me to introduce her?
Yeah, introduce our friend.
So this is my awesome buddy, Catherine Connors.
She's my buddy too.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Kind of a threesome.
Yeah. So Catherine is I was gonna say jack of all trades, but like Jackress of all trades.
Jane, maybe. Reach a little.
I'm not as literate as you.
A jackarama? A
Jackarundi?
A jackarundi of all trades?
A jaguar of all trades.
Jaguar.
That's
Ooh.
good.
It's like
Yes.
too good to be a cougar.
So she
Sorry.
She
Oh, man, this
is
is gonna be-
awesome. She's really fucking smart, which is going to work in my favor today.
We'll see.
She comes from an academic background, but she is also, like, Time Magazine named her blog, like, one of the best blogs, you know.
Mommy blogs, right? It's like
yeah,
one of
but
the top
like
mommy
better
blogs
than a mommy blog.
ever of all time.
It's like
It was not
kick-ass
mommy blogs.
motherfucker
It wasn't a mommy blog?
Best blogs
of 2012.
12.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, sorry.
But it was not that it was one of the best
No.
mommy blogs. It was one of the best blogs.
motherfucker.
Full stop.
Of all
Got it.
blogs.
Matters.
All of men's blogs.
I already feel
Women's
that I have
blogs.
gotten myself into a world of shit today.
Get it straight.
Don't call me mommy, bitch. Same.
What have I gotten myself into? So,
She's an entrepreneur.
Yep.
She's an amazing writer. She's goofy as fuck, which is why she's one of my best friends, and a total intellect. So, and a wife, and the breadwinner, and a mom, and she's awesome. And we're going to talk about that today.
well, now hang on. So, first of all, a couple things.
Okay.
Number one is today's a big breakthrough for the podcast because we're trying this micless. So I'm
we
hoping,
have mics.
Yes, but I'm not.
hope you can hear us.
Because you know what a problem I have because I hold because I hold my mic like this. I can't figure it out. So how are we sounding on the levels first of all? Okay, so that's good
technical
news.
check-in.
That's really good. Now, so Catherine, being both of our friends, but I was the one.
Well,
I was the one that found her. I found your friend.
You found my friend.
I found your friend.
We were Twitter friends.
So here's what happened.
And then he made it real life.
Here's what went down. So I was following her on Twitter and Instagram, and I saw that I had gathered from all their postings that they were Canadians, so they were from Canada, and her and her husband and her two beautiful kids.
How are you today?
Sorry.
Talking to me.
So she's from Canada, and so is her husband and her two lovely kids.
Who's
and
not here to defend himself today. Sorry, Kyle, but what happens on the podcast stays in the podcast.
So I saw that they were from Canada and doing all of these amazing adventures in Southern California, and I sent her like an mention that was like, hey, you guys are doing amazing things and you're not even from here. What the F? What the fuck? So I said, could I come and join you on an adventure with my oldest son? And she was like, come on down. So they were out in the desert.
Joshua Tree.
And I just met them. And so here's what happened. My oldest and her oldest.
It's my oldest, too. Just because it's your story doesn't mean it's your kid.
When you see, yes, clearly Story is your
to an
kid
excellent
because
start.
because he looks just like you. But our oldest and her oldest became best friends, and her oldest is Amelia, who's an extraordinary badass young lady.
That was exactly what I was just about to say.
She's a badass young lady.
Badass.
And there was an
Badass.
immediate friendship between our oldest Story and her daughter Amelia, and then I brought them into your life, as I do with all great things.
That's right, which I've said a million times.
Yes.
Every great, memorable, landmark moment in my life, he's at the core of.
So I'm not a complete fucking waste.
You're not.
No,
No, it's awesome, and you're brilliant, and you're so fucking observant, and you're
like that,
but
and hung like
the
that.
bedside.
Like that.
Allegedly.
It's an old joke, boy. It's the
Okay.
only joke men have.
Yeah, that's true. It's the only joke we really got.
That's all you got.
I mean, it's all we got.
So bad.
all we got.
So pathetic. It's like
Okay.
when I talked about how, like, I was going to say something really raunchy.
No, good. Why don't girls ever talk about
My
like,
vagina's so tight.
Yeah, I've got a kick-ass vulva.
Yeah,
Oh my
man.
god.
My
you
clit
guys.
can kick your clit's ass.
Boom! Boom!
oh
see
no,
my
what have I
fucking
gotten
uterus.
myself into? In recent news, Bodhi's no longer on the podcast.
That's all right. It's diversity.
Oh, so we should say what your
Right.
handles are, so while they're watching this, they can quickly press pause and go to your
In
handles.
every
It's like,
single...
I'm tired of hearing about genitalia. I'm going to look up this fine woman who's cursing.
So her Twitter handle is
Everything is
her
at...
bad mother. Everything's at her bad mother.
at her bad mother.
Even
is
her website, which is where her blog is, has some of the most
Yeah.
awesome, beautiful writing ever.
So that's you guys can get what a badass her
Also, a
amazing
picture of
family
my
is.
vulva.
Yeah.
A sketch.
Wait, what? I missed what? What about the
It's a
vulva?
sketch.
I
totally
once,
missed
this
it.
is like, I think the high point, the apex of my blogging as
Yeah.
a mother was the time that I put the sketch my doctor did of my nethers post Jasper. So she had
Jasper is her second kid.
She had to draw a picture to explain to me
What had
how
happened?
exactly I had been torn apart. So she drew a little, she's like, and there's the this, and it went to this, and sort of, she gave me the piece of paper. I'm like, can I keep this?
Awesome.
I'm going to put it on my website. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. You uncomfortable?
No,
You've
here-
got your dick jokes. I've got my vulva sketch.
See, and because of
I had
Jenna's
to draw a sketch of my vagina for my kid because he was really, really, really needing to know what a vagina looked like because he was curious.
A vagina's the inside. You know that, right?
I thought it was the
The
whole
vulva's
area.
the outside.
Oh.
The vagina's the inside.
Oh. So the vagina's where he goes.
Yes. Well, if he's doing it right.
No, I cover the whole thing. What do you mean? What do you mean? I go through. Vulva's step 1 and
Yeah.
vagina's step 2.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
vulva
really...
vulva is the
It's the gates.
It's the threshold.
It's the gate.
It's the gates to paradise.
Yes.
Sometimes
the
like
vagina
a
is the tunnel of
boxing
love.
match,
Right.
though.
What?
Sometimes you get into a boxing match with my vulva.
What are you talking about right now?
He kind of tumbles down that hall.
Oh, where I have a hard time.
Like, you know, you're
finding?
like with the door going jiggle, 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 jiggle.
I notice, Catherine, have you noticed this? Sometimes vulvas and vaginas move around a little bit. Like they're
After
supposed
25 years, you still can't find it.
they're supposed to be stationary.
Like, no higher, no lower, higher.
But
Ow!
sometimes I
Lower!
feel like they just kind of like it slips around like it's
If you feel
If you're only thinking of
like
yourself, then
Jenna's
yeah.
vagina is moving around.
yeah. Sometimes I feel like
your approach is maybe a little bit off.
I feel like
They
maybe
tend to stay in one place.
I feel,
generally.
I feel like maybe I need to. Yeah, I think my landings. I think what's happening is that
It's
I'm
like
I'm
you
not
know when
lined
a
up.
helicopter is
I'm not
having
lined
a
up
hard
properly.
time landing. It's not because the Earth has all of a sudden become unstable.
But that's not true because the Earth is constantly moving.
this is
Is there a relationship to the Earth's axis turn and the vulva move?
And I suppose we could say that Jenna's vulva moves at the same rotation as the Earth's axis.
And my penis, for that matter. So it really shouldn't matter too,
Right.
because technically I'm moving. But men being slower, is there something with that? And with the tides, that changes the axis of the speed of rotation of the vulva mixed with the penile rotation.
You've lost the thread of the analogy now.
Okay, good. Because I'm telling you, there is little things that change with my wife, and I feel like sometimes I can't. It's not where it was yesterday.
It's probably like the 5 or 10 pounds up or down. Just bucks it.
Oh God.
Well, there you have that.
I told Catherine how
Okay.
I got this morning.
Yeah,
Well, we were talking about sex.
you were.
We
Just
do that
now.
sometimes
Just now,
when
yeah.
you're not there.
I know you guys do. You guys are the worst. You're far worse than men on the
She
subject.
made a joke about the... well, we were talking, which we'll get to, about our husbands. And then she made a joke about the missionary position. I said, I love the missionary position. It's the only time I get any rest.
And this really is an underappreciated element in the
Wow.
missionary position, for sure.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, you can relax. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean,
Wow.
unless extraordinary demands are being made upon you by a helicopter that can't land, which can happen.
Things are
Basically,
moving.
you can just.
Things are moving.
Sometimes you do just want to lay there.
Yes.
Yeah, but then I said I drank coffee the other morning during sex. And then she asked me, how did you do that?
Without spilling.
And I was at the counter, and I just bent over and showed her how I drank my coffee while we had sex the other day.
And I said, really, if you've been doing it right, you should have had like a kale smoothie or something with a straw.
But I said I can't be perfect and do it all.
So there you go. If she turns up one morning with a kale smoothie, come on.
Taking her advice.
See, what would be amazing is if there's a long straw for me too, so she could have a straw, I could have a straw.
You can just put the chocolate on my back.
Well, there was an old joke: is you put a towel across the back to hold the drink.
Oh, I've heard that joke. Same old
Because
jokes.
you wouldn't want
Same
the ice.
Old jokes.
What was that?
So no, it's the you don't want the condensation to because it's cold and it would.
Some men incorporate that.
I want to say my zhuzh is all off. I usually run this podcast with an
outnumbered.
iron fist, and my zhuzh is completely off right now. Like I am with two badass, powerful, amazing women, and one of them is a dear friend, and one of them I'm in love with, and my zhuzh is way like I'm all fucking percleped right now. Like I'm not sure how to
Not a lot has
navigate
changed since
through
middle school.
stories because usually the podcast I just sort of. I never tell Jenna what we're going to talk about. I usually make a note or two for myself, and then I just go. I press record, and that's that. But I don't have anything. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I feel a little.
It's kind of exciting, isn't it?
I'm gonna have some of Jenna's chocolate.
We started with vulvas. Where do we go from there?
Powerful women. Powerful vulvas.
Yes.
You have a powerful vulva.
So, we were talking...
I'm not even funny. I'm just awkward. My timing's off.
Sweat.
Someone commented about my armpit sweat.
You've got a powerful vulva, honey. Did I say that right?
I don't have my timings off. Everything's like, I'm powerful vulva. I'm making the jokes.
Sometimes I can't find it. Does it move?
Now she's going back and retrofitting my bad jokes. That's fucked up. She's retrofitting my bad jokes. That's fucked up. Wow, Catherine. Okay.
We were wondering
Yeah.
what it's like.
You have to.
Well, clearly you see what it's like.
You have to adjust your walk. Go ahead. That's all I got. So awkward. I'm so awkward right now. Okay, what it's like.
We want to know, like, what do you want from us?
Okay.
Like, we're strong, like, because we were talking, going, I wouldn't know what to do being anything other than what I am, which is pretty dominant. Mm-hmm. And, like, I don't know how to be any, and I was tasking her, she's like, oh, yeah, no, I can't. And then you said, even if you tried.
Yeah, I couldn't do it even if I tried. And I said, like, even if we decided, like, I couldn't even play act it, right? Like, even if one of us, and it wouldn't be me, decided, like, ooh, this would be a sexy thing to try, I could not play submissive.
Like a wifey kind of.
No, I couldn't do it. It would be, like, the least sexy thing ever. I think I said to Jenna to be like Bert and Ernie. It would be, like, the antithesis of a hot, for me to be like, oh, honey, it's such a hard day in the kitchen today. Tell me how your work was.
What do you need, honey? How can we help you?
Mm-hmm. Well, so listen.
So we're like going, we can't. We don't even know how to do that.
I know. I mean, I have an idea from my very good friend Catherine's husband Kyle. That's not something that Catherine is.
Oh, did you
that's
guys
not a
talk last night at dinner?
No, we don't ever get a chance to talk because we're usually taking care of the kids and making dinner and shit like that. So if you've looked at the last 100 times we've been together, we're usually in charge of the kids and the dinner because you guys are very busy with your fucking tea and your coffee and your chocolate talking about shit. So no, we didn't get a chance to talk. I had to take him to Yosemite for us to talk, and that didn't quite.
You were with the kids.
We were with the kids. But here's an interesting thing. So your question was, what's it like to? What do you want from you, right?
Well, I was like, because we've all heard on the podcast you're complaining about how you don't feel like you can be the man.
Don't agree so easily.
I've heard it too.
So like what? Like if you were like, fucking my life rocks.
Yeah.
My marriage is perfect.
Right.
What does that look like to
Okay,
you?
I'm going to answer that question, but I want to say something interesting. I only made myself one note for today.
Because the answer's not going to be interesting. First, let me say
Oh,
one
shit.
interesting thing.
Okay, I need to just up it one notch on this one today because it's usually one smart, powerful woman and there's two, and I'm literally, okay. I gave myself one question for the day, and look at what I wrote.
What do you guys want men to be?
This is the one thing I wrote for myself. My meld, vulva meld, and being a lesbian, because I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
We're really the same thing. All of us are the same thing.
Okay, so answer the question.
So what do I want a wife to be?
Yeah, like if you were like, this can't get any more perfect.
Okay. So first of all, let's get to the really stupid base stuff, and then we'll move up
I want to
intellectually
hear the
from
whole
there.
spectrum.
Yeah.
But let's start at the bottom.
Okay.
I want you to just love sex and not give it to me because you're doling it out. I want you to be like how it was when we were younger. We were like, oh, fuck yeah, it's on. Take off.
I was doling it out then.
But you had... Let me tell you something. Hang on.
I just didn't have kids, so I had more time to dole it out.
Okay, let me just say, who was it that practically, I'm not even going to use the horrible word, but who was it that absolutely physically demanded sex when you were 19, roughly 10 feet from your mom and dad, in your bedroom, in your room at your house, and I'm begging you, no. That was the Jenna that I got for the
Do you know what that was?
7 or 8 years of my life.
That was this to my parents.
So it had, okay.
That sounds a little bit non-consensual, actually. Very interesting, you guys. I feel like we can explore some really meaningful topics
having
here.
an
Did you
early
feel
date.
okay about that?
No. I'm
Do you need to
starting to
work it
stutter a
out
little
now?
bit. She's done it she's done it twice in
One
her
was
life.
to make a fucking child.
So there was 2
I
times
was actually just gonna
she
say, I'm gonna
forcefully had
interrupt you.
sex with me.
Yeah, no, the Kyle will still bring this up, actually. He's like, do you remember when that time you made me pull the car over to the side of the road
Yeah.
when we were driving to see your mom and then you like got on top? And I'm like, yes, I was ovulating.
That was what happened to her. That's the only
And
time.
I
That's what they
wanted
want. They
the
want
baby.
us.
Yeah.
You want us to be like, oh, let's go now.
Yes! What the fuck is wrong with that? Listen, young lady. There was a period of time in my life where that was coming at me. All right? Those things that was what you were emulating, that you were doing.
I wasn't doing
That's
anything else.
so all I'm saying
Okay,
is like,
got it. I'll shut up. I just want to hear your
Just
answer.
Don't ruin his memory. I think he
how hard is it to just act like you're just fucking dying for it too?
Cool. Got it.
Fuck you.
Make a note, check. Act like, oh, I'm dying for it.
Okay.
Check. Okay.
Okay.
Put down the coffee.
All right.
Like,
Unbelievable.
right.
Yeah, put down the coffee. Number 1.
I
See,
should've
and here
sipped
I'm all
coffee
like,
while
swap
I'm-
it out for a smoothie.
Put down. Step number
down.
1.
I can
put
see
down
that.
the coffee.
I can see that.
And turn around and face me. I'm an emotional man. I want kisses. Okay.
Oh.
So I guess we move up the levels. Like, so I want you, there'd be nice to have that sort of vibe on it, right?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Go on.
Next, I'd like you. I think everything else just sounds stupid, but I feel like there is an important aspect to kind of like taking some time to think about. I sound so lame, but like my feelings. You never consider.
Oh, it's
you
so
never consider
terrible that we're laughing at this.
You never consider my feelings.
Oh.
If it was a girl saying this or a woman, I would be a dick for laughing. But you never consider my feelings.
Okay.
Bless your heart.
And I'm an emotional guy, and I'm a romantic. Am I a romantic?
Yeah.
I'm a romantic.
Mm-hmm.
And I.
So's Kyle.
Yeah, I'm a romantic, and I you should consider my feelings.
Okay.
I'm not laughing at the idea of
okay.
Jenna considering your feelings. I'm just laughing because
It's the emotion behind it.
it's the.
It's the pouting like you just took your pacifier out of your mouth to say it.
But here's here's the interesting thing about that, right? Is when you say that, is it because you want Jenna to be more of a, oh honey, how are you feeling today? How's your heart?
Oh
Because
man.
she would not be Jenna. She would like,
Oh my god.
Bodhi.
Oh my
How's your
god.
How are you
heart?
feeling today? Because when you have,
I
you talk a lot. I
can't
listen to
see
you
that.
a lot.
I don't
I
want-
listen to your fucking feelings a lot. They're expressed.
I'm
all
Jewish.
throughout this
We
house.
talk. Jews
right.
talk.
So how much more do you want me to listen to?
Well, this is my
You
question.
want me to
do you
think
want
ahead
it to be,
about
Do you
them.
want it to be more sensitive and romantic and sweet?
No, he wants me to not just listen when he's bitching. He wants me to, in advance, consider his needs. So when I make my choices, I'm taking into consideration how it's going to affect him.
You know
I think
what?
that's what you mean.
I don't
Is
really
that
want.
right?
I don't really want anything. I just want to make it.
No, we want to
I wanna
know
make it
your
through-
blue sky.
I want to make it through this marriage without being a chalk
You
outline.
just want to make
That's
a
what I want.
podcast.
I want to
That's
make it
what
through
I
the
was
marriage
gonna
without being a
say.
fucking chalk outline. That's what I want.
Okay, but no. Is that what you mean though? Like you want me when I'm thinking and making choices
All right.
to consider how it's going to affect you?
We talked a lot about this in another podcast where you were out there ruling the world, touring America, doing this and that, and you hit the town running. You hit LA, and you were like, "I'm exhausted," and then you crashed in bed for a couple of days because you were exhausted.
What? I did
Now,
not. I hit the ground running. The whole thing was that I needed to crash
then
in
you
bed
crashed.
and didn't have
But
time.
here's what I was saying. I knew that you were exhausted, and I knew that you needed a break. But
That's his way of punching me. Just so you
no,
know.
no, that's not my way of punching you.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that you didn't go, "Oh, look, I've been gone for 8 days. You had 2 rambunctious, lively boys. You know what? I'm gonna get a sitter. I'm gonna fuck your brains out, and then we're gonna go get sushi." Then I'd be fine. Next morning, cut to me wearing my apron, whistling a good tune, and getting back to work. I'd be fine. You never gave me that moment when you got back, because it was still like the mirror. You were still it was still dramatic.
You understand?
No, wait.
that, like,
Did you? But you travel all the time.
I
do
do.
you do the same thing?
I do, and I can actually get a little bit pissy when I feel like Kyle Hubbard comes over to the side of the bed and it's like, "Oh, me." You know, it's been a hard week and I've been lonely, and I know that. I miss him. I feel bad, but I'm exhausted.
Right.
I'm exhausted. It's hard. It's not like I was traveling for fun.
Exactly.
It's not
That's what I said.
It's not like I was out doing blow and
Do you know what the
Yeah,
truth is?
or we went on a
Listen.
trip for fun, like you and
Yeah.
me. Like
Let's
we
lay it
went
down.
on a shopping
Listen,
extravaganza
you two are
across
bright,
the country.
articulate, amazing women. Let me just lay it down for a second. Just real no bullshit for a second, okay? Really. And then if you want, I'll lay the bullshit down and I'll take it back off the table and we can pretend to bullshit. But for a second, all bullshit off the table. If I was making a shitload of bread, you wouldn't slow down or change
I
one
would.
thing. Because you
I would.
Because
I
you have
would.
all you would do is you would adjust the amount of amazing things you did, and they would move to a different
No,
category.
they go towards you.
No,
They would.
they wouldn't. Because I've
Seems we've
proven
come to a crossroads.
I've proven it. I think that you would
No,
do
you
different
haven't
things.
proven it.
I think yes, I have. There's been times where I've made
When it's your thing, I'm right there.
You are not.
I say this to Kyle too, though,
Oh.
right? I would love, the more space we could make in our lives for more of Kyle's stuff. I love that.
His
I love
creations,
it.
not stuff.
His creations, yes. Like is creative
It's not like
outlets.
cleaning out the garage to make
No.
room for your shit.
Yeah, but that's good. Using it's a Freudian stuff.
Stuff.
Jenna calls it my projects, and
But
she always
it
puts
is.
quotes around
no,
it.
No,
She
look,
always
Kyle,
put quotes
Kyle
around
and
it.
I talk about this all the time, right? And he sometimes, I was going to say accuses, but I don't want to frame it in that way. Says it's like you're just, no matter what, you would just vibrate at this intensity, right?
Yes.
You just do all this stuff.
He makes a good point.
No, but here's what I think both of you misunderstand, is
Okay.
that it's not, we may vibrate at a similar intensity, but we would recalibrate if we had the freedom
Mm-hmm.
and space and opportunity to recalibrate in different directions. I would love to have way more time to do like a bunch of different things
Yeah.
as opposed to
Yeah.
keeping up in the ways that I need to keep up.
Yeah.
Right? So that it's a recalibration of who we are. We would put our energies in different directions, right? We would still very likely have the same energy.
We'd
and that
be
goes
less tired, and we'd be able to
We
jump
would-
on you and be like, I love you. I'm so fucking glad you're making all this fucking dough. This is awesome.
less tired is a big thing. You guys, I don't think they get tired. I
He
don't
can
think they get tired.
no, they get
Yeah.
tired, but they can fuck if they're like have mono.
That's
They
Jen.
They
That
can
is
be
true.
Sick and tired,
That's
and
true.
they'll be
Yeah.
like, "We're going to."
Oh, I know. Kyle will say this. Kyle will say this
Right
too
now.
sometimes. Like it's
true.
like for him, it's it's like you're sick. It's like you want to go to sleep. It's
Yes.
like whatever it is. It's like the cure for any ail.
Yes.
You got the flu, sex.
Yes.
Got an ear infection, sex.
Yes.
Tummy ache, sex.
Yes.
Too tired, sex. Too wide awake, sex.
It's
Cures all ills.
It's
I
like Coca-Cola.
have,
It is not that way.
but I agree. I know that it's not for women.
No, at all.
No, but I do know that. I don't. When
But
she's
I don't
not
think
feeling well,
that
or-
you viscerally get it. Like,
But-
because you guys get confused. It's like, why would you not want this?
No, I
It's,
viscerally get it because I don't try to get her when she's sick or at a sorts. Tired is I can't help because she's always fucking tired. Even though I get 30% less sleep than my wife does on average every night.
Tired doesn't just come from hours logged.
True.
Sleeping.
True.
Thank you,
But
Catherine Clark.
shit.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I don't get any points on this. I'm never going to get a point. My dick's never going to win this battle. Because there's a certain truth to the fact that, yes, even when I'm sick, I'll be like, hey, can we? And she's like, I thought you were sick. And I was like, well, yeah, I am sick, but this will help me go to bed.
I don't want your germs.
It's a pacifier.
All
right.
Okay, but we got it. Okay, so yay, sex more often, rah with things. And then thinking about your feelings and your needs, not just our own, and then we come back and we're too tired for yours. I understand. What else? Cook? Like
No,
be able to cook?
No, of course not. You know what I would love? Is I would love if you made more time for us to have togetherness. Like, instead of me always having to go like, you know what? I made this happen. I got the kids out for the night, and I would love you to go like, you know what? I booked a hotel room. Now, I know I've got a lot going on, but I booked a hotel room for us, Bodhi, and in that hotel room, it's going to be your... Matter of fact, I already said before, you owe me a hotel night. Like, you said that it was I think it was after a long period of time where I had been Johnny on the spot.
Over there. Yeah, get that down. You probably right over.
Okay,
That's
what's
fine.
on Instagram right now? You've been good on Instagram. Okay, I don't want to complain.
No,
I
you're not
love-
complaining.
She
You're answering my
invited,
question.
she invited you to complain.
I don't want a subservient wife. I want. Well, yeah, of course I do.
So
But
you know what? You know what? The
Yes, I do.
phrase Kyle uses sometimes.
What?
He'll sometimes say he would love it if we found opportunities for me to be softer.
wonderful way to phrase that.
Don't get soft, really. I'm not.
Yeah,
Don't.
that's amazing because I could think the same thing. Like, could you
I-
just soften it up a little bit? Like, go out there and flex your vulva out in life. That's fine with me. But back here, like, let me have a little wife for a minute. Let me have some kisses and some cuddles and some softness and treat me like a man and rub my chest and be like, you're the man. Like, a little bit. Like, it helps me.
A little bit of submissive-y.
But submissive means weakness. I don't want
Not
weakness.
necessarily.
I want like
No.
admiration.
Oh, she admires you.
Dude.
She does.
He wants a different kind of admiration.
Yeah.
He doesn't want like bro to bro admiration. He wants like 100% vulva admiration.
Yeah, I'd like to know like I got you for the night. It's all Jenna. There's not.
So does it always really, end of the day, come back to your boner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, and I think this is the other disconnect.
Yeah, well
right? Is
thought
the end
out.
of the day.
Yeah, well thought out.
You
Well
guys,
placed.
it comes down to your boner.
And if you serve the boner, then men shut up.
So maybe that we should ninja
You know what? I wanna-
double circle back
No,
on this.
I want to
Yes.
say something really important. Let me. I feel like it's time that we let all the women in the world know about something that all the men have not been telling them because they can't articulate it.
Okay.
But allow me to have this moment, and then I promise for the rest of this podcast, you two powerhouse ninjas can take it. Matter of fact, I'll go cook a steak. But here's the thing.
I'm craving a hamburger.
I am too. I wanted a fucking hamburger. All right, so Catherine and Jen, I want you to imagine, and this is important. I want you to imagine you have gone 3 days, 3 or 4 days on no food. Now, but listen to me. You have been given more than enough water to survive, and you have been given a very well-made shake. Okay, you're not dying.
Food is sex, by the way.
But just
We're
listen.
neighbors.
Yeah.
Just listen. Think about that, Catherine and Jenna. Really think about it. Don't no walls yet. Just imagine. Day 3 or day 4. Okay? Your mindset and your energy and your zhuzh of life. Now you're alive, you're getting your water, and you're getting your little protein shake, so there's nutrients. You're not dying. But how your body feels, how your mind feels, how your energy feels, and that sensation of about day 3 to 5 is how men feel when they don't have sex. They're not dying
Is that true, Tobin?
when they don't have sex. They're not dying.
Refuses.
Tobin,
to
come on
answer.
now.
Noted.
They're not
Noted.
dying, but they feel like their whole thing is out of whack.
I want to know how much you think. Oh, he's nodding yes.
And
Interesting.
and this is important
Kyle
because
would be nodding.
now I want to add to the equation. So now, let's say day 3 or 4 right now. Imagine your mindset where you're like, you're not dying, the water and protein shake are right there, but you're starting to get a little crazy. Now imagine your very favorite meal of all time, the most amazing meal is prancing around the house.
Prancing.
Continually. It's right there, Catherine. And here's the thing. All it has to do is give it to you. Someone just has to, it's already on a plate. You only need...
Stop. You said it was not enough for it to just give it to you. You want that meal to prance on over and spread itself out.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
With it.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. That's the meal.
And admire.
And to like talk
really,
about, you want your steak to go,
but
oh,
really,
baby.
it's realistically at this point,
You want the
it's not
holiday
too
sauce
long that's
to be
needed.
like,
We're not talking like a week in Rome. At this point, we're talking
look.
15 minutes.
Okay, look.
I don't think you fully got it.
Look, I don't think that you told the world anything profoundly new. So I appreciate the effort that you put into the analogy. It was really interesting.
Okay, great.
It was good.
I don't think you heard me. That's
I
why.
did hear you. I get it.
But I don't think you felt it.
No.
I think you need to go 3 to 5 days, Catherine,
No.
with no food, but nothing but your fucking water and your sustaining life protein
we'll do
shake.
a cleanse.
Yeah.
We'll do a cleanse.
But I'm sitting here going, I could probably go a long time on smoothies, and I'd be okay, right?
True, and we would look great.
We would look great. I would still be. I'd be focused on other stuff.
Yeah.
I'd
probably.
So here's the thing: is that there's not a direct corollary for women, or let's say many women are. Some
Is that
women.
a Canadian version of corollary?
Maybe corollary.
Okay.
Corollary.
All right, go ahead. I'm really trying to follow this.
So I think that, and look, I understand. I've been married for almost 20 years to a wonderful man who
awesome.
know he is awesome. And he is exactly in the same posture and experience as you. Mm-hmm. And he would love to have the full spread at will.
All the fixings.
And feels like
every
he
now
has
and again.
been deprived fundamentally and deeply when he doesn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And does not understand why I don't get that.
Yeah.
And it's because I'm not a man.
Right.
Right? Vulva.
But does he get annoying to you? Is it annoying?
Well, so here it becomes the thing, and it goes
Because
back to
maybe
that.
we need to ninja this shit out, and the way to really dominate our men is to fuck them. So that they shut the fuck up.
He's going, that's a good idea. Just shut me up.
A smart man knows when to bow out.
Shut me up, and call me Jenny.
Smart man knows when to shut the fuck up. I feel like this is a great place to end the podcast.
No, I feel like we're just starting.
Shit.
This is like we have barely gotten going.
Oh,
I want to
shit.
know. Look, I said it's like, does it all always come back to your boner? And you were like, yes, absolutely, it all comes back to our boners. And I'm like, how is it that men have more or less ruled the world for the entirety of human existence when really, end of the day, all they care about is their boners? How did they get anything done?
Well, that's why we fucked it up. I want to turn it over to you guys. I want to. Men fucked it up.
But then what are men gonna do?
Worry about their boners.
If I get my way, it's going to be an island. It's going to be an island. And well, I've got it all worked out. My thesis will come out and it will enlighten a lot of people. But yeah, there's not much use for us anymore. There's not a lot.
No,
Well,
there is, because like I was at a fundraiser recently.
This is a great point.
This
is
is
a
where I
great
want
point.
to talk about why we need men.
That's true.
So that the men out there aren't completely like leveling their guns at me and Catherine.
Yeah.
Even though I could fucking care less if you
By
are.
guns,
That's
do
important.
you mean their boners?
Basically. Same thing.
You know, literal or figurative guns.
Yeah.
One's a stand-in for the other.
So I was at a fundraiser for a school. And it was run by a woman, the school. And it had all women executives. And there was a lot of really good points being made from the podium about why we need the funding, impassioned communication, and trying to inspire others to feel as compelled to support the school as they were with their pride running the school. Beautiful, all valid. When it came down to the fundraising and getting that shit done, nothing happened. Mm-hmm. And they were like, come on, everybody, we just really need this, that, blah, blah, blah. So at a certain point, a man got up and was like, so here's how we're going to get this done tonight. Mm-hmm. everyone, and he just like laid down the rules. And he fucking got it done because there was no like touchy-feely wah-wah. He's like, here's how it's going to happen. Everyone's going to do this. We're going to do it right now in the next 20 minutes. Go. So who's going to start with me? I'm going to do this. Who's going to do this?
And he got it done,
And he got it done. And I was sitting there going, that's valuable. And that's what men have to offer is this like the singular thought, the singular drive that is represented by their penises and their urge to put it in
she's
our...
fucking genius. She's right, isn't she? There's
a singular drive. And when men are on, and that's why I think women are important to like, because we are kind of like, no, this your singular drive should go this way.
You have layers.
We know, we understand life. We know where to put your drive.
Yeah.
Because a lot of men are just like, war, and we're like, no, put it right. See that? That's going to make the world better and go.
Right.
And it's like a car. It's like, those toy cars that are just always going.
Yes.
They're just driving. They're always driving. They just like crash into a wall and they just keep going like this.
Yeah.
And it takes a woman to go, there's the road.
You nailed it. I think you nailed it.
And
I don't know if your boyfriend over there fully got it, but...
No, I'm just like, I've never heard somebody really compare male sexual drive to project management and Matchbox cars, but I think it captures it.
She did, but what was also great about it was the single drive, like the single boner, single drive, it's
the boner theory of human directiveness, is what it is, and we can credit Jenna Elfman for that.
It's the boner theory of human directiveness.
You're welcome. That's the title of the podcast.